I am doing a video without purpose or a script. Lying, I did both of those, but I made the purpose up in my head for last week, and I made the script up in my head. So I both have a purpose and a script for this episode, but funnily enough, I don't have a purpose or a script for this introduction. So a lot of contrary, ironic, probably not ironic, statements that really don't have any forepoint for the purpose or the script of this video. G'day collaborators and welcome to today's vlog post. I am in my work clothes because I am too tired to change out of them, and all I want to do is change into my jammies, but my jammies, you don't want to see that on camera, and I don't want to see that on camera, so let's just move on to the next thing. Alright, so I didn't make a vlog last week, and I've been struggling to make anything in the past week, and you might be asking, Quillo, why do you think I care? And the answer to that is, I know you don't care. I care. I care about me. I know you don't care, but I care. You see, I care. The entire reason why I'm doing these vlogs is so that my future self can look back at me and go, I miss that hair. But yes, so I didn't make a vlog last week, but that's because I'd recently got a new position at work. I got a new position at work, which is actually a 7 to 3 every day, Monday to Friday. It's a 7 to 3 Monday to Friday. I've never gotten something like this before, and it's really awesome to not only have a good work amount in the week. That's 7.5 hours. That is with a 30-minute break, so 7.5 hours times 5 makes about 37.5 hours, and that amount in a week is absolutely phenomenal, and I'm really happy about it. The only issue is that now that I have a consistent work schedule, one of the other benefits about this is that I can now set a consistent sleep schedule as well. I don't have to worry about choosing one or so nights to stay up until 2 a.m. because that's when my work needs me. I can say, okay, I'm 7 till 3, and that's it. That's my day, and that's really awesome. And I can wake up. I can go to sleep at 9. I can wake up at 5:30. I can go to sleep at 8:30 if I wanted to. But here we go. Now here's the caveat. You see, I was so scared about having a job that doesn't pay enough money that I accidentally got 3 jobs, and the 9 to 5 position, or the 7 to 3 position, and the 2, I actually host trivia shows on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. If you find me, I might give you a shout, but maybe not, because this is very ambiguous and I probably won't know what to do in the situation if you do find me in a trivia show, so keep that in mind. The 3rd job I have is actually private tutoring. I do freelance private tutoring for students around university and in high school and primary school. But I just do tutoring. I do tutoring maths for elementary and all the way up, and I also tutor programming to university students, first year mainly, for people who are learning things like Python and C#. Hopefully I can become a educator about those topics on YouTube, but if only I had more time and resources, but I don't have either of those, so we'll see how this goes. I don't know why I've become British, but we're just going to continue on with the video. Also, if you see me looking over this way, it's because that's where my face is on the screen, and there's a big old box that my eyes keep naturally tracking towards to on my face, saying the word Stephen. And that's my name, so my eyes are like, oh, I recognize those strings of characters, and that's why I'm looking in this direction instead of this direction, so there you go. In fact, I might even turn the screen around so I'm no longer distracted by anything but you. Okay, so that's my predicament. I've got 3 jobs at the moment, and I've got one really big, heavy, strong hitter, which is the 7 to 3 job, and I'm not going to be losing that one. But the other 2 weak little implings might have to fight it to duke it out for the remainder of my time, because I do need to free up some time in my schedule. One, the trivia show I really love doing because it's nice and fun and energetic, and it's a different type of experience. And the second thing, which is private tutoring, and the other one, which is the private tutoring, is really fun because I'm actually managing to be able to flex my mathematics education and programming skills. So we're gonna have to see what happens with everything, essentially, which is a little bit of an issue, but that's an issue for me, not an issue for you. Something that is an issue for you is that there's gonna be no more gaming videos released until I get my schedule sorted out. Although the videos are going to be released, but I'm not going to be able to make any more of them, so you'll find that the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday videos are going to be tapering out, and then Spyro on Monday is going to be tapering out too, unless I fix my schedule before that happens. Last I checked, there was 3 weeks worth of content, but I think that was 3 weeks ago, so we're probably finding some gaps in my daily upload schedule, so that's a bit of an issue. However, that's not going to be your issue, it's going to be my issue, and hopefully it's going to be resolved within the next nearest future, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say about that. The second thing I wanted to say, like that's my schedule thing, the second thing I wanted to say is about my animations, something that you actually care about, and my animations thing, I'm very infuriatingly close to finishing Penthouse, but I just don't have any time to work on it. I'm standing here talking about it when I could be working on it, but, you know, there's a lot that goes into animation that requires a bit more focus and whatnot. I can do this all day, but animating takes a specific part of me that I don't actually have at the moment, because I don't get any fucking sleep. Anyway, so Penthouse is really close to being finished, and hopefully I can get that out by Halloween, and then I can start working on the tutorial series for that, which is going to be an absolute travesty because I've got over like 24 hours of video. Nice stuff. And the second thing is that the financial meeting redux is completely off the table. I'm not going to be able to do that by this year, so that's a bit of an issue, but I'm sorry, I don't have any time, nor sleep, so that's a bit of an issue for me. That's a bit of an issue is the phrase and topic of today, and that's okay. The third thing I wanted to talk about is this boy here, this Apple watch. It says goal achieved. I've been flailing my arms around it, thinks I've been exercising. So, my watch, everything about my watch is now sorted, it's fine, peace of mind. I've got my $890 back because they got my old watch and they're putting it to sleep. They're going to inject it with euthanasia and put that good old watch to sleep. Good timing too, because its face was currently disconnected from the rest of its body. So, it's good to know that not only is my other watch ended of its suffering, and not only do I have a new watch, but also I've got my $890 back. Thank you, Apple, but also fuck you, Apple, because now you're fucking me around with my phone. I haven't gotten my phone back, and I haven't told you why that phrase is being said, because of the fact that on Monday 2 weeks ago, on the vlog, the week that I didn't make a vlog, I went to the repair shop and I put my, almost independent, like, so it's like a second party Apple repair shop because it's an authorized Apple repair shop that allows me to do Applecare Plus, but it was doing a stupid thing. So, context about the phone story. When I went to the Apple store the first time to get both my watch and my phone fixed, I made a whole tirade about how they're geniuses and they can't do those two things at once. I originally booked it as a phone repair, booking, right? So I booked it for the phone repair, okay? And I went in, and he says, okay, let's have a look at your phone. Okay, it's got a cracked screen, alright? There's nothing else wrong with it? Yeah, there's nothing else wrong with it, okay. We've covered under Applecare, $45, no worries. And then he, buzzed it in, put the serial number in, did all that fancy stuff, and then his Apple iPad device thingy was saying that it had to get sent to the depot, even though he himself had said, usually we can just fix it right on scene and you can collect it at the end of the day, right? Like, that should be what's done with an Apple, a phone repair, and he was saying that we had to send it off to the depot, and I'm like, why? He didn't know why either, because Apple doesn't even tell its staff what's happening. So how can I expect that Apple's going to tell me what's happening? So the phone had to get sent to the depot, but at that point I couldn't exactly exist without a phone, so I decided to try and get my watch fixed first. So I decided to not do anything at all, so that entire Apple trip was absolutely pointless, and got my watch fixed first. Good stuff. And then, now that I've got my new watch, I went on Monday last week to go to a third-party Apple authorized repair shop to see if I could do my Applecare there, and to see if they can just replace the screen real quick and cheeky, because they're nerds and we always appreciate nerds in our lives. They're not geniuses, they're nerds, and nerds are so much better than geniuses in every way imaginable. Anyway, so I went to a bunch of nerds, and the issue with that little trip is that their little device as well, their computer, their big old computer that said Apple authorized repair shop, also was saying we have to send it to the depot. I gave it to them, went home, and then they emailed me. How did they get in contact with me if I didn't have a phone? No, they emailed me, and I got my brother's phone to have a call with them, and I was talking with them, and they said, okay, so in order to get your phone fixed, we need to send it to the depot. And I'm saying, why? And then he says, something about how, like, if we replace the screen, the serials won't match up, and then, you know, the Applecare wouldn't be valid for it. And I said, stop right there in your tracks, close your mouth, and listen to what I'm about to say. What I'm about to say is very paramount, because what I'm about to say is going to be important for you to listen to. So, what I'm about to say is this. Don't tell me any bullshit that Apple's feeding you. Don't tell me any bullshit you're trying to make up on the spot. Give it to me straight. You need to send my phone to the depot because Apple's a bunch of bastards. That's all you need to say, and I'll say, okay, let's go right on. Because my Applecare isn't even going to be valid after the second time I've used it, because it only covers 2 accidental damage repairs. So you don't have to I don't have to worry about having Apple serials matching up, because the serial number isn't important, and the Applecare isn't important anymore, because not only am I using up both of my chargers, but it's going to expire next month. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, whatever. I looked up the directions to the store, and I memorized them, and I just drove to the store without my brother's phone, because I don't need no directions, I'm a real man. Got lost, asked a stranger, he said go that way, and I went that way. I'm lying, I went there straight away because it's really easy. I went to the store and I said, loaner phone please, and he goes, here's a loaner phone. And I grabbed that loaner phone and I went back home. And there wasn't any other words exchanged between us, because I didn't need him to feed me any more bullshit from Apple, and he didn't need me to get any angrier than I already was at Apple. Not at him, mind you. I was absolutely pleasant with him in my interactions, and my hyperbole beforehand was very exaggerated, because I was saying, you don't need to tell me anything, right? I know what's going on, it's just Apple being a dick. So it's fine. I have a loaner phone, it's somewhere. Here it is. Here's my little loaner phone. It is an iPhone 6. My phone was an iPhone 6S, and not only that, but it's also, doesn't tell me on the box, but it's also only 16 gigabytes. My iPhone 6S was 128 gigabytes. I cannot fit anything on this. None of my songs actually fit on this. I can either have my apps or my songs, but that's where I'm at right now. So I'm using this loaner phone, and I have been using it for the past week, and then I get this email in my email from Apple saying in the email that they needed me to send them proof of purchase of the phone because the Applecare doesn't match up with the serial number of the phone. And I went, why couldn't you have just gotten the technician to ask me that? Why did you have to send it to the depot to ask me about the proof of purchase? Why couldn't you have just asked the technician to get me to get them proof of purchase? Because what happens is that the Applecare is actually, okay, so what happened with my Applecare is that this is actually the second time I've used my Applecare charge, because of the fact that the first time I used my Applecare was to replace my phone, because I dropped it one too many times, broke the screen, and actually destroyed the GPS chip, so it wasn't actually leading me anywhere. So I went to the Apple store and I said, let's replace it, and they said, we'll replace it, and then we replaced it, and I got a different phone with a different serial, but everything else was exactly the same. The Applecare also still applied on that phone. However, the Applecare serial, the serial for the Applecare obviously didn't update, and so they were going like, how'd you get this phone, buddy? But the thing that really annoyed me about that was, like, they weren't holding my phone at ransom at all. They had said, if you don't provide proof of purchase within 7 days, we'll send it back to you. And I'm like, okay, that's great, but why did you have to get it sent off to the depot when you could have just asked the technician to get me to get proof of purchase? Like, why? Anyway. So, that's what the situation is I'm up right now. I don't have my phone. It's currently at the depot. I haven't received any more word from Apple. I'm just looking at my emails now. I haven't received any more words from Apple because what I did was I sent them the proof of swapping from the old serial to the new serial, which is the serial that I sent them, and I haven't received any word from them at all. Like nothing, nothing down the grapevine, nothing at all. Don't even know what the situation is with my repair. If I call up the authorized Apple technician, he wouldn't be able to tell me anything because he doesn't know anything that happens until he gets the phone back, because Apple sure do like to keep their secrets. And one of the secrets that they like to keep is fucking reliable customer service, because they keep it so closely guarded they wouldn't even practice it in case anyone learns the secrets of how to do fucking reliable customer service. But there you go. So that's what my situation is right now with my Apple phone, that's what my situation is right now with my animations, and that's what my situation is right now with my sleep schedule, being my work situation. So we have to see how this works, and a lot of things just happened all at once within the last 2 weeks, and that, my friends, is why I couldn't make a vlog last week. No time at all. There you go. Anthology over. Also, I'm sick. One last final note to say, thank you for making it this long anyway. One last final note to say is that with my new job, I am finally at a reliable, consistent position to start looking for a rental elsewhere in an environment that has faster internet. I don't know where I'm going to end up, but it's not going to be in a place where I get 0.17 megabits a second. I think I might end up developing a device or something, or a little computer or something that I can leave at a rental property, just so I can plug it in and have it send me its speed during the entire day. I want to see if I can develop something like that and leave it at a rental place that's doing its inspections, just to see if I'm able to track how good this internet is around here. I might actually have some members of the community in that area to actually join in as well, and I'll see if I can get a device sent to them that will just send the send the internet speed to like a public forum or something, so I can reliably track internet speed in a very wide area. It seems like a very interesting thing to do. So that's all I wanted to say. That is legitimately it. That's all for this video. It's gonna be fun to edit, but there we go. Anyway, so thank you so much for keeping up to date with me. I might see you next week, depending on how my schedule changes. But at this moment, thank you all so very much for watching. And this is Quillo signing off. Goodbye, and good luck to me. I'm gonna need it. Anyway, that's it. Bye. 17 minutes!